It takes a lot to shock me these days, but this I found truly shocking. At first, I wasn't even sure it was real, but it's confirmed. The richest man in the world, Elon Musk, just accused Alex Vindman, a decorated war hero and Purple Heart recipient, of treason. I know Alex personally. I've witnessed the kind of man he is, honorable, courageous, and unwaveringly devoted to this country. This is someone who has literally put his life on the line for America. He is the embodiment of integrity. And yet Elon Musk, whose behavior consistently lacks any semblance of integrity, has branded this man a traitor.
Alright, there's more to this clip. A friend of the show, Ken Harbaugh, and Alexander Vindman even responded himself and gave Elon Musk quite the reality check. But first, I just want to point out how not only vile, but how eerie this original tweet from Elon Musk is. So he said, Vindman is on the payroll of Ukrainian oligarchs and has committed treason against the United States, for which he will pay the appropriate penalty. So if I wanted to break down all of the layers of irony here, we'd be here all day. So let's just point out a few key things. First of all, Elon Musk is an oligarch. By definition, he bought his way into influence. He paid his way into Trump's campaign until he was able to handpick his favorite cabinet members, and he paid to play until he was looped in on phone calls with other world leaders. So this tweet is a masterclass, not only in projection, but also in deflection, because Elon Musk is deflecting from the fact that Russia is the oligarchy. Elon Musk is surrounded by rich people who help him make decisions who only benefit themselves. Meanwhile, Ukraine is the one that's been moving towards a democracy for the past decade. That's why the oligarchy next door invaded them. So Elon Musk is totally deflecting here. And finally, can I just point out the most eerie part? Elon Musk has zero authority to accuse anybody of treason, let alone impose any penalties, yet he's acting like he does just because he's buddy-buddy with Trump. This is nothing but bluster from a billionaire who paid for influence, but why is he acting like he can accuse people of treason and have them pay the appropriate penalty? Now, I want to finish this clip, then I want to share Alexander Vindman's response, and I want to show you how Elon Musk has been getting quite the reality check over the past few weeks.
A man of Musk's immense privilege and power choosing to attack a war hero is beyond the pale, and it's dangerous. For people like Colonel Vindman, who has already endured immense personal sacrifice, this kind of rhetoric invites harassment, threats, and even violence. It's not just an attack on his character, it endangers his safety, and it endangers the rest of us too. The way Elon Musk spreads disinformation and amplifies wild conspiracy theories with impunity threatens us all. He's even been called out by his own platform's AI, Grok, as one of the largest purveyors of misinformation on X. This is the richest man in the world and one of the most powerful. And when he attacks someone like Vindman, it doesn't just harm one person, it fuels a toxic culture where lies flourish, truth is mocked, and good people are vilified.
Very, very well said from Ken Harbaugh. And now let's go on to what Alexander Vindman said. But if you're still an Elon Musk fanboy or a Trump supporter watching this video, I see you guys in the comments. I just want to say, Elon Musk has relentlessly been boosting stuff on his Twitter feed that isn't true, and it's so easy to demonstrate. If you go back to my videos just over the past week, Elon Musk boosted some woman's name and her government ID and said that she's working for some Department of Diversification, but when we look into it, it was diversification of crops, so we have the infrastructure to withstand natural disasters. He also said that we had only built 9 EV stations. He boosted that lie, and Pete Buttigieg fact-checked him and said, no, we've built EV stations across 9 states. You're misleading people with your statements. Elon Musk doesn't care. So Alexander S. Vindman, who on Twitter says, Dad, husband, veteran, New York Times best-selling author. This man is very accomplished. He says, Elon, here you go again, making false and completely unfounded accusations without providing any specifics. That's the kind of response one would expect from a conspiracy theorist. What oligarch? What treason? Let me help you out with the facts. I don't take/have never taken money from oligarchs, Ukrainian or otherwise. I do run a non-profit foundation, the HereRightMattersFoundation.org, to help Ukraine defend itself from Russia's unprovoked attack. I served in the military for nearly 22 years, and my loyalty is supporting the U.S. Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That's why I reported presidential corruption when I witnessed an effort to steal an election. The report was in classified channels, and when called by Congress to testify about presidential corruption, I did so as required by law. You, Elon, appear to believe you can act with impunity and are attempting to silence your critics. I am not intimidated. Very, very well said. Let me repost that because that was just beautifully said from Alexander Vindman, a reality check right to Elon Musk's face, and he's been getting a lot of those lately. I want to play this clip of Sam Harris shredding Elon Musk, but I do just want to point out that Elon Musk is not only projecting, not only deflecting, but he's completely trying to pivot from the fact that Russia, Vladimir Putin in particular, is the one who is paying mouthpieces. People like Tim Pool, people like Benny Johnson. We know these people were paid $500,000 a month plus to spread Russian propaganda, and now Elon Musk is trying to accuse Vindman, a decorated war hero, of treason. Let's break down this clip of Sam Harris and Tim Miller because it's a great watch.
Well, let's linger on this phrase, public intellectual, because
Sure.
yeah, many.
I'm thinking of like Andreessen and
yeah, sure.
Weinstein.
Yeah.
And
Oh, I know who you got. Yeah. I mean, we can name names if we want to, but I mean, some of these guys are friends. Some of these guys are former friends. Some of these guys are now proper enemies. And I'm happy to talk about all of them. But I think so. The phrase "public intellectual" is one that I will speak happily and without scare quotes because I think we need public intellectuals. I don't think that's an embarrassing label, and I aspire to earn it. But I think it's important to notice about a lot of these guys is that though they are smart, they are not intellectuals, right? They're not attempting to have anything like a truly honest and comprehensive worldview that they can defend from all sides and that they'll revise in real time in front of you when you push back on some squirrely part of it in a way that proper academics and journalists and real public intellectuals will, right? I mean, I guess I'm describing something like an ideal, but it is just, you just cannot say that someone like Elon Musk is an intellectual, right? He's obviously very smart. He's obviously a talented engineer, but when you prod him and get his take on world events or on the future of humanity, you get like 15 lines of boilerplate that he hasn't revised in the last decade and a half about us having to be a multiplanetary species and blah, blah, blah.
Okay, so he continues to cook Elon Musk even further, but what he pointed out there was so true. There's a difference between being smart or being a public intellectual. I mean, Elon Musk is probably smart. He's made hundreds of billions of dollars, but he can never revise his worldview, and that is perfectly demonstrated by these tweets he's been sending out lately. He sends out conspiracy theory after conspiracy theory. I mean, really quickly, this article reads, Elon Musk on Wednesday suggested a retired Army Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vindman committed treason and will pay after the former Trump impeachment witness accused the tech billionaire of unwittingly being accused by Russia. He said they are committing treason and that he's taking money from Ukrainian oligarchs. These are straight conspiracy theories, and Sam Harris is right to point that out, in my opinion.
When you're talking about somebody like Elon, talking about somebody who never internalized anything as a standard of ethical or intellectual integrity, apart from what just got hammered into him as during his adventures in tech, and now, and in his case, perhaps more conspicuously than any other, we're seeing the total derangement of a personality based on social media addiction. I mean, that is in fact what you see with Elon. He is a Twitter addict, so much so that he felt he needed to buy the platform, and now he has this free speech evangelist gloss on what he's up to, but really what he's up to is, snorting ketamine and tweeting at all hours of the day and night, right? And that this is his influence on our politics. That it's
Seems like there's a lot of ketamine in the White House. I keep hearing about ketamine.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. I mean, one hopes he's mitigated it of late, but it's. I mean, his behavior on Twitter is obviously, palpably, visibly deranged, right? I mean, so he signal boosts Pizzagate lunatics, knowing who they are. He knows who they are because I and others have told him who they are.
Again, prime example was the central point of this video, him saying that Vindman is on the payroll of Ukrainian oligarchs. I'm just going to keep looping it back to the most recent example, but we have 100 examples to choose from just over this past week to back up what Sam Harris is saying here.
And yet he has absolutely no compunction about, he thinks he's doing a service to humanity by boosting to 200 million followers obvious lies and conspiracy theories and making some of the most odious online trolls even more famous, and meanwhile just declaring war on actually normal people who, for whatever reason, he's gotten on the wrong side of.
Declaring war on the truth, in my opinion. I'm going to leave it with that. If you guys enjoyed this video, drop a like, subscribe, have a great Thanksgiving. I'm thankful for every single one of you who watch my videos. I'll see you guys in the next one. Love you, and peace out.